son.
Ghetts, great to meet you again.
Good to meet you.
So,
man.
congratulations, Ivor nomination.
Yeah.
Feeling confident?
Yeah. As confident as I can be, I suppose. But yeah, hopefully.
Were you surprised when you found out?
Yeah, very surprised. Shocked. I had to keep. I've not told no one personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Who do you think the biggest competition for you is on the list?
I don't know, man. I couldn't say, man. I don't really know how these things work, so I couldn't say.
What do you think that made Black Rose so special? Had that extra special thing that that the judges saw?
Just the substance. The substance in it, man, and the way it connected with the people, I guess. Yeah, because it really did connect. So yeah.
And so, how was the songwriting process work, in particular for that track?
Now, what's weird is this is a long one. So I had a song called Summer '98 on a certain beat. Then I took Summer '98, the lyrics, and put it on another beat that I thought it suited that beat more well. Now the beat that was Summer '98, I started writing Black Rose to, and felt good. It felt good. And then the producers of the final Black Rose, the Confect, I showed it to them. They was like, "It's cool. We reckon we could do a better job." I was like, "Okay, go ahead." I sent the vocals over, and then they sent me the guitar riff on Black Rose, played by Joe Baker. And then we just went from there, which was amazing. And then Koji Radical, someone I wanted to work with for a little while, and I gave him a call, and he would come and knock the chorus out of the park. And then the rest is history.
So it was quite a smooth process then.
Yeah, smooth process, yeah.
Excellent. And how have you been, has it been happy with the ghetto gospel sort of reception of the album?
Definitely, man. It's been
superseded expectations?
Not exceeded expectations, because I put so much blood, sweat and tears into it. I kind of wanted it to be received as it was received, so yeah.
And you've been a veteran of grime, if I can call you that.
Yeah. Some might.
How would you put your longevity down to then?
Not chasing the sound that's in at the time. Just kind of, it's been a slow, steady build.
Yeah.
But absolutely. In that slow, steady build, we've gained some real supporters and cult following of fans that have come. I've not left any, so we've just built more. And yeah.
You have. That's been a very sort of smooth process.
And
it's going that way.
I've watched people go ping. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the current grime scene at the moment?
I reckon it's flourishing. You know, I reckon I love the way the music is starting to sound, from the presentation of it to the mix downs. It's getting to a level that's an international level, where you can play our music next to anybody's music and it sounds, just sonically sounds good. And I think that's where we're at the moment.
Absolutely. Do you always have a clear vision in your mind of what you want to do?
Yes, at first I did. Then it started to get a bit blurry when the more other people get involved. It started to get a little blurry, and just have to remind myself what my end goal is and what I do. Sometimes for me, the more people that get involved in the vision, it starts to get a bit shaky for me.
Yeah, I suppose it can dilute the original sort of sentiment. But I mean, when did you first know that you think, right, music is for me, I'm going to make a career out of this?
1920. I went to a streets tour, and I was just very inspired by what Mike Skinner was doing, and what Kano was doing at the time, Dizzy Rascal was doing, and it kind of felt close to home, that it was a real possibility that you could make a living from music, because everything prior to that would be people from America or people from very far away. So that felt.
Yeah, and because it's been a slow build, have you ever sort of doubted that this could happen for you?
Every day.
Well, that's probably the sign. That's why you're still in.
Yeah. So what the song's really about? It's really about self-hatred, first and foremost. You know, brothers that look like me, sound like me, have mums like me, having hatreds for people that are a mirror image. You know, me just realizing that this is the community we're from, and my daughter will be growing up in such a community. Well, what am I doing with my platform to make her life a bit easier? You understand what I'm saying? And I felt, well, I want to make a song about it that she might not fully understand now or be aware of, but there will be a time when she understands and she could see that her dad done something with his platform, you know?
So how do you feel about bringing up your daughter in today's age with society, how it is at the moment?
Even outside of the self-hatred thing, it's a scary time. It's a scary time. The internet has really showed us what kind of people there are out there. You know, there's some heartless people out there. There's some rotten people out there that I don't know what kind of upbringing they had, but it's terrible. Like, someone will post a photo of their child on Instagram and you see comments of people talking about a child. That's disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? So this is the time that we're living in. So I'm just trying to do everything to raise my daughter with thick skin and make her understand who she is as a person. Because there are people that are going through dark things and they like to take it out on others, you know, instead of really healing themselves. They'll take it out on other people. So
the song couldn't be more relevant in the time we are now. I don't know. I assume you saw it, but Dave's song Black got a lot of praise for what it was. But at the same time, I remember listening to Greg James when he first played it, and he said to all those people that are complaining about this song, you know, F off, basically. What is that about? Like, why?
I guess some people will feel uncomfortable, you know, when you're praising people of a culture. It doesn't mean that we were being disrespectful to people of other nationalities or other races. What it means, we're uplifting our own people, because there's a problem in our culture, and what that is just us recognizing the problem in our culture and saying, okay, what do I want to do with my platform? I want to uplift people from my culture because I can see there's a problem. I can always see there's a problem, and it takes very brave people to do so, you know.
I was going to ask how you work as a songwriter, because we see a lot of big songs that are written by 4, 5, 6 people. But how do you do it? Do you sort of always work by yourself?
Yeah, no one don't write my lyrics. That's against the rules. I never have that. But yeah, I don't actually pen the lyrics. I like working from scratch with producers that are actually musicians, so we can play a riff and see if I feel that instrument. Hi-hat, snare, bass, and just kind of feel the rhythm. And I just might have a melody or idea, go in the booth and lay it, and then it kind of just grows from there. On a good day, we might finish a song. On a very bad day, we might not finish a line. Well, that's how it goes.
Who do you really rate in terms of? Because I know you've got people like Giggs as well. Yeah. Who do you rate out there?
What's kind of weird, over time I've learned that music is vibrational. So I'm very much into lyricism, and I have been an ambassador for lyricism in this country. But I've realized musicians are kind of like X-Men. Everybody has their own power. You know, somebody could make amazing club tunes, but they might not be great lyricists. But you want to hear that person in the club, and you don't want to go to the club and have to over-listen to a song. So I've learned to kind of appreciate everybody's gift for what it is and what they're good at. So I'm just enjoying music on a whole at the moment, to be fair.
You deal with Grenfell and knife crime on the album, the Testament album this is from as well.
Yeah.
They're important issues that you wanted to get across to.
With the knife crime thing, it's kind of just like, I'm from Newham, and if anybody knows anything about Newham at the moment, it's absolutely going crazy in Newham. And but I'm from Newham when Newham was united, and we never really had a gang warfare, so to speak. So it's weird for me to hear a younger generation say, we're from north side of Newham, we're from east side of Newham, we're from south side of Newham. I don't even know how they work that out. Like, what is the north? I don't even know how that worked out. So it was just me coming in contact with kids that are much younger than me, and thinking, well, I've been through it, bro. I don't want to be judgmental. I've said things on tracks, but now I'm at a place where, like, it's just, I feel like there's a responsibility as somebody that's lost friends to knife crime, been arrested for knife crime, and I have a responsibility as somebody that's been given this opportunity to still be here. So what do I do with this time and responsibility? And I just feel like maybe I can, even if I just inspire one kid out of 10, that's me doing something, you know what I'm saying? So I made a song called Next to Kin on the album, and it was just basically talking about perspectives without kind of being judgmental. You speak to a mum, understand the mum's perspective, the son's perspective, and somebody that's beyond the grave, the son's perspective, in terms of as friends, right, that have lost people, we kind of do move on. Like, let's have it right. We move on. We might not even visit the graves. That's just me being 100%. The mum never moves on. Like, never, ever, ever moves on. That is it. So when we have the understanding of how much we actually love our mums, maybe we can show a bit more humanity to our actual brothers, because we're in the same position. Do you understand what I'm saying? And what's weird, I've met people that are enemies of each other, sworn enemies. And I think to myself, it's weird because you lot would actually like each other. If we just had, if things was different, you two would get along. But it just gets to a point where when people have died, it's beyond crazy, and generations don't even know what it started over anymore. All we know is that we don't like people from that side. But why? But why, really? You know what I'm saying? So with my album, it was just more of like a coming of age album, and I just wanted to show people where I was at mentally.
Do you think drill rap is a problem then? But do you also think it has a place in grime? And
yeah, I don't think it's a problem at all. I feel like the root issue is really the problem, not the music. The music's a reflection. These kids are going through it. Don't get me wrong. I've heard some lyrics and I think, and then I quickly go back to some of my old lyrics at 21 and 19 and say, wow, but that's what I was really around at that time. And look how far I've come in terms of what I'm doing, and some of my other peers as well. And then I say to myself, given the right opportunity and the right circumstance, we change the environment, we change the narrative. So that's what it's all about. It's about changing the environment first, and then we can change the narrative. Because what the truth is, the kids, everyone loves what the kids are spitting about, because it's fact, it's truth, it's honest, it's raw. And that's why it's doing so well, because it's the absolute truth. When you change the environment and a kid sounds like that, you can say, you're a liar. That's not happening anywhere. Where you live is like Disneyland, bro. What are you talking about? And then that's it.
Just kind of, do you hope that your popularity, nominated for an Ivors, critical acclaim, and others, among people who perhaps don't know about what you're talking about, affects societal change from people who don't know?
Yeah.
Do you hope it changes attitudes?
So
do you hope it changes attitudes among people who perhaps don't, are from Newham and don't know?
For me, it takes a deeper understanding. I hope it changes the attitude, but you really have to live it and be from it to have the full understanding, to have the full empathy. Because I know people just look at these kids like monsters running around, but it's the environment. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna come out and say to anybody, I'm scared of dying, so I carry a knife. They ain't gonna say that to nobody, because you say that, you lose all bravado. You know what I'm saying? But that's the bottom line. I leave my house without my knife, somebody might stab me, then I'm dead. I'm scared of dying. That's what it really is. You know what I'm saying? And no one ain't gonna say that. They're young. They're 16, 17, it's all about bravado and I'm hard, and you know what I'm saying? Obviously I'm in a different place, I'm more comfortable with saying this is what it really is. You know what I'm saying? I wanna live. I wanna live. And sometimes it seems like the only way I'm gonna live is that if he takes out his knife and I've got my knife, he might think twice. Unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, it goes further than just pulling out a knife.
Are these themes that are continuing in your next music, or how are you approaching what you're doing at the moment?
With my next music, same, just being truthful, being honest, going into the booth, just speaking with my heart on my sleeve, emotion, same thoughts that I'm having, how we can make things better. It's just making people see the perspectives. It's all about perspectives, man. Just understanding, having conversations with different people from different walks of life, and just really me listening and not having the argument ready. It's just more listening. When you're talking to people more time, they got what they say, they got what they want to say already. And that's how people communicate with each other without really listening. Oh, is that what you're really going through? Okay, wow, so how can we make this, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, you shouldn't carry a knife, because of this, because of this, because of this. And then when you come at kids like that, that's not really gonna work, you know what I'm saying? I try just to speak to them with the understanding of why you do that.
So when will we get something new from you? You already
I've been working already. In all honesty, you lot are getting the exclusive now, but I'm like very deep in. Hopefully I can go again this year. I think I've got a few more videos to drop from Ghetto Gospel New Testament. But after that's done, straight in.
EPs or
Album again.
Is it like a trilogy, or is it a separate thing?
I haven't got the name for it yet, you know, to be honest. Yeah.
Any collaborations?
Yeah, I want to collaborate with some of the new guys that I kind of just been listening to and feeling like, wow, I want to connect with you. And sometimes about energy, so I haven't met a lot of the people, so I don't know, because I'm really one that's big on energies. And you know, just being in the studio with somebody that's got a good vibe, I like to connect with people like that. Yeah.
And on collaborations, would you ever sort of move away to do sort of pop stuff?
I was just saying, I don't. It's weird because I don't consider pop anymore. I feel like people have had a massive commercial success, and their songs ain't what a pop record would sound like from the early 2000s, or there's not really a pop sound at the moment. It's just popular music, and you know, a lot of great artists in the UK doing big things, and I feel like music, once again, I think I said it, it's just based on vibrations. At the end of the day, I just like to look at it as vibrations. When I think too much of like, this is grime, this is rap, this is pop music, it hurts my head. I just like instruments. Let's get the instruments together. Let's see what happens. Tempos. Let's explore. You know. So.
It's like Dua Lipa phoned you up and said, "Please come on this track on my new album."
Yeah. If it made me move, and it made me write immediately. You know. There's tracks that people assume. So say I go to a producer session with somebody that I've never worked with before, and they assume that Ghetts likes this kind of record, and then they're shocked when I say, nah, go through the files, and they might flick something. I say, what's that? Nah, you're not gonna like that. Play it. We end up doing a track. Like, you like that? I'm like, yeah, man. So, you know what I'm saying?
Is there anyone you've done that with? You don't know?
Yeah, a few producers, man. A song called Know My Ting that I made happened like that. He literally played a second and moved on. And I said, what was that? Yeah, play that, man. Just started right into it, and then that happened.
Any other questions? Everyone good?
Don't twist my words. We got it on camera. It's all here. It's all here. It's all here. No problem, man. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, of course, of course. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Thank you.